It's important to love all of you.
I think I'm gonna come closer to vibe and have you really tune in. Is that good? Okay, cool. So let's get straight into it. Self-love is always going to be a work in progress. Love is never going to be perfect. You're going to have days where you feel unstoppable and confident and great, and you're going to feel on another day a little bit lower than that. So the goal is to work to loving yourself every single day, even if there's a day where you don't feel worthy, where you don't feel that you're deserving of love, because you decide how to feel. At the end of the day, no one can do this feeling for you but yourself. Many of us see self-love as something external. When we think of self-love, we maybe think of bubble baths or journaling or doing some sort of activity as a form of self-love, but it's not everything. If you truly want to experience unconditional love for yourself, you need to go within. The way to do this is by making time to reflect on patterns and behavior that you no longer want to continue to be a part of your life. For example, if you feel that maybe you say yes to everyone else and you always put yourself last, that is not self-love. Loving yourself, even if you don't like certain things about you. Maybe you're an impatient person. I know for me, this is a big one. I could be very impatient, and that's something I do not like about myself. However, I love myself that I am becoming aware that I need to do that inner work, because my impatience sometimes can affect relationships, circumstances, and spaces that don't necessarily need to be intervened. So it's about being kind to yourself, even if there are things that you do not like about yourself, and being trusting about the actions that you're going to take to evolve that version, that part that you don't necessarily like, because you don't have to be that way forever. You don't have to not like that version of you forever, because it's a temporary version of you. You are constantly growing, constantly evolving. Every single day, there is always something to learn about yourself, and it's just about making the time to reflect and understand what exactly you do not like about yourself, and learn to love yourself even if you don't like that part of you. This is a never-ending journey of love. When you love yourself, you prioritize your needs, you put yourself first, you say yes to yourself before you say yes to someone else. Even I can relate to this. I was such a formal people pleaser for such a long time, because I thought that by saying yes to others, I would receive the love and the respect by showing up for others. And then I quickly realized that I was putting myself last, and that is not self-love. That is an act of self-respect that I needed to grow in and to become aware of. Self-love is not something that anyone can do for you. It's called self for a reason. Just the word love itself cannot be received externally. It cannot. Think about it, okay? Just before I even give my explanation. When was the last time that, think about the last time that you felt loved by someone. Okay, maybe it was a relationship, or maybe you're currently in a relationship, or maybe it was a friendship who just acknowledged you. You felt loved, you felt safe. Now ask yourself why. Okay, they didn't do anything special. They didn't do anything out of this world that you couldn't have done for yourself. They simply reminded you, people remind you of what love is. People remind you of the love you already have within. People are a reflection of you. People are here to reflect to you what you already are. That is love. So when you take time to understand and realize that love can never be external, you create that love within. And it's not an easy process, but it's just about unlearning everything you thought you knew about love. So we're gonna take it back. If you haven't watched the video of the subconscious and the mind and how it works and how we have two parts of the mind, the conscious and the subconscious, I highly recommend you go and watch that, because it's about to really help you understand what I'm about to say right now. So if you haven't watched that, go watch that, maybe pause and come back to this video so you can understand this on a much deeper level, okay? So love has everything to do with our subconscious and our belief system. The subconscious mind has been fully formulated since we were children, all the way up until the age of 11 or 12 years old. This means everything that you have went through as a child, with your family, at school, in society, what you've been taught about love, has been formulated for you to feel and believe of what you're worthy of and what you deserve when it comes to love. And if you do not go back and rewire your subconscious mind or change a limiting belief, the way that you treat yourself, it's not because you want to not love yourself. Nobody wants to not love themselves. It's just because the mind is running on a system that is working against you now as an adult. This is why it's so important to access your subconscious mind, rewire the limiting beliefs, which is what I have an expertise and background in, and I love what I do. So if you find this interesting and you feel called to love yourself on a much deeper level, I highly recommend you reach out. I'm always here for you. And the reason for why it's so important is because your subconscious mind has been created since you were a child, which means the way you feel about love, what you think about love, your beliefs about love have been created when you were a child. And they no longer fit the scenario of what you know love actually should be like. Let me take a sip of my coffee. Hold on. Self-love requires boundaries. Self-love requires reflection and discovery of your inner belief system. The way to reach an endless state of unconditional love for yourself is by truly going within you and discovering why you don't love yourself unconditionally. Why do you feel that you will only love yourself when you get that car, or when you get that job, or when you're entering that relationship, or when you have the amount of money that you wish you had? Then you'll love yourself. Then you'll feel worthy of feeling love. This is all external validation that has been a system programmed into your subconscious mind since you were just a kid without you realizing it. And now you're at a place in your life where you are trying your best to love yourself unconditionally, but these systems that are programmed in your subconscious mind are not allowing you to reach that level of true unconditional love because you're running on an old system. This is why it's so important to access your subconscious mind. Honestly, I heard of this stuff and I didn't really believe it. And I was like, yeah, the subconscious mind, whatever. Okay, sure, yeah, it all starts within. Okay, yeah, sure, right? And then for a long time, I just kept going in and out of relationships, and I realized the whole time I was looking for love outside of me. It was something, internal love was never actually something that no one taught me. Really. No one truly taught me how to love myself. It was through trial and error of unconditionally putting up boundaries for myself, even if it made me feel guilty. But that was also a flag for me to realize that there was more inner work, because you should never feel guilty for putting up boundaries. And the more I practiced boundaries, the more I said no to things that were not serving me or working in my favor or helping me love myself more, it was an automatic dismissal. And it felt more comfortable because I practiced it more often. In the beginning, it's going to feel uncomfortable. Everything always feels uncomfortable in the beginning because it's new. Your mind is always trying to work with you to keep you safe. So when you do things, when you say things, when you start acting a certain way, you're gonna feel like an imposter because you've never done it. But in order to love yourself, you really have to go all in and learn to trust yourself. Learn to trust what you think, what you say about yourself. Speak to yourself highly. Affirmations are huge. I would always, this was in the time that I was going through like really bad depression. I had just ended a breakup. I had trust issues. I was overweight and I hated my body. I hated myself. I was like, how did I allow myself to get this way? Like, I don't understand. And I would just eat my emotions away. It was sad. Probably I'll pop a picture here just to show you. But during that time, I just went in such a dark place where I did not like seeing myself in the mirror at all. I did not like myself. I didn't love myself. And I got so dark that I said, okay, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm going to have to get uncomfortable and heal myself and look into ways to get past this so I can start loving myself again. So I started doing things like affirmations in the mirror and doing things I didn't necessarily want to do because I didn't feel comfortable doing it. But the more I practiced it, the more my body started to feel and believe the affirmations, the more my mind got comfortable with what I was saying to myself. And the more I repeated this, I created new neural pathways in my brain that created a habit. And so now I'm at a place in life where I look at myself and I can speak to myself and tell myself exactly how I want to feel that day. And I have no other choice but to feel it. Self-love is not just going shopping and taking a nice bubble bath and having a nice cup of coffee or tea in a nice cute mug. Self-love is deep inner work. Self-love is kind of ugly and it's kind of dark sometimes. Okay, self-love is not overnight. Self-love is truly an infinite, it's a forever thing. Okay, it doesn't happen overnight, but it starts today. It starts now. It starts with the choice that you decide to make to put up your boundaries, put yourself first, be kind to yourself, even if you don't want to, love yourself, even if you don't feel like it, and let people go who are not serving you. That is the biggest one. Not everyone is here to be a part of your entire forever journey. Some people are only here to build you and to make you into the version that you're supposed to be. Okay? With that said, I hope that you enjoyed this one. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my coffee. I'll see you on the next one. And again, if you feel called or you're ready to rewire your subconscious mind to go even deeper into your self-love journey, I'm always here from my heart with all the love in the world, from me to you, wherever you are in the world. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Don't forget to love yourself and others. Bye.